Oh, you're welcome. From my garden. Finally gonna get that cracker
I
lesson.
know, I can't believe it took this long.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it all morning.
Today I'm going to give a somewhat more advanced cracker lesson, assuming you've seen my other videos. I'm Alice Friedemann, author of Crunch, Whole Grain Artisan, and Crackers. One thing I didn't discuss in my book, because I'm still learning it, is that some flours work better than others together, not on their own. For instance, almond flour is too crumbly if you were to try to make a cracker solely from that. Lentil flour is too hard, but they work really well together. The same goes for corn flour, too hard on its own, but mix it with some brown rice flour and you'll have a much better textured cracker.
So Alice, what do you have over there to cook with today?
Well, as you can see, I like to pre-assemble all the things I'm going to use so I don't forget anything. So I've got lentil flour, almond flour, corn and brown rice flour, and the whole grain mix, which is mostly quinoa, but it has millet and a little bit of amaranth too. Then the seasonings are onion, salt, black pepper, and the super seed mix, which is flax, sesame, and poppy seed.
So Alice, what kind of quinoa are you using there?
Oh, I like them. There's some that are red, black, and white because it just
The mix.
Yeah, the mix really makes the cracker look better. Well, let's get cooking. To speed it up, I like to just use a 1/4 cup measure. So I'm going to put the whole grain mix into both. It's full of fiber too, it's good for you stuff. Then I'm going to make the lentil almond cracker with a 1/4 cup of each.
That is fast. I like that.
Yeah, then the corn, oh actually, I love corn flavor so much I'm going to do 2 1/4 cups.
Okay.
And then the brown rice flour to soften it. Then I'll add some of the super seed mix, the flax seeds, sesame seeds, and poppy seeds, maybe 2 tablespoons. Half a teaspoon of salt. And I love dried onion, so I'm going to put that in both of them. I like the corn flavor so much that I don't want to add spices to it, but you certainly can. Cumin, coriander, all those chili powder. I'm just going to put black pepper and the lentil almond cracker.
Oh.
Then we stir it up. Put an egg in each, especially the corn crackers, because they get cracks in them if you don't, and it's a nicer texture.
But you could make it without if you were vegan.
Oh yeah, you don't have to put the egg in. And the other disadvantage of egg is it's going to take longer than half an hour to bake, but it's no big deal. You just heat the oven up briefly and let them sit some more. So now I pour the water in, and I'm gonna maybe pour 3/4 cup and test it, because every flour behaves differently, and if it gets it needs to look like it's going to just pour out.
Kind of a slurry.
Kind of a slurry, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to try to get it to the right consistency, and it's still too thick. So I'm going to add some more water. I'm going to be careful now because I don't want it too watery. Yeah, that looks right. I'll get the corn one ready to go too. Mix the egg in a little, And then another, it's easy to put too much water in the corn. It's a very thin flour and can get too watery, so, okay, it needs more. You can see it's still not quite watery enough. It's sticking to the spatula too much. Okay, that's pretty good. You can just tell it's gonna spill out and flow over the silpat.
So Alice, what are these mats you're using here?
Well, they're silicone. I love them. I use them for a lot of things besides crackers because they're non-stick, and the crackers will come off easily, much better than parchment paper or all the other things that I've tried. So now it's time to pour the batter out onto the mat. And a reminder, I'm stirring it up until the last second. And then I just pour it on.
It's beautiful.
Scrape it out so it doesn't go to waste. Okay, so I've just tilted it around. It didn't go to all the corners, so I'm just going to gently push it with the spatula. Now for the corn rice cracker mix.
You're stirring it. That's great.
You better, you don't want the water to separate out.
Yeah. May I take that for you?
Sure,
Thanks.
Kath. And again, I'll spread it as much as I can.
It's like the kids' game.
It is. It's kind of fun. Oh, and then the spatula for the corners.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Perfection.
That's good enough. You don't want them to look factory made after all. And now we're going to bake them. I've preheated the oven to 300 degrees. I'm going to set 2 timers. The first one for 10 minutes when I'm going to take the crackers out and score them into squares. And then I will put them back in the oven to cook another 20 minutes longer. So I'll set this timer for the total length of time that they cook. And you need to take them out to score them because if you wait till the end, they're too hard to score. So now I've taken the crackers out of the oven and we're ready to score. I take them out at 10 minutes. Some will be harder, some will be softer. That doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to use a fluted French pastry cutter because the edges aren't sharp. You can ruin the silpat if you use too sharp a device to score it with.
Well, that makes them look pretty with the jagged edge, huh?
Yeah, and I don't try to make them all the same size.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want them to not look factory made.
Right. So it doesn't matter if the lines are super straight, but you're doing a great job.
It also helps them to bake faster, to have the air spaces between the crackers. And now it's time to cut the corn crackers.
You smell great.
Corn cooks a little bit faster and I can feel that it's more cooked, but it's no problem. Okay, I've put the crackers back in, but they still need to cook for another 20 minutes. And when the 20 minutes is up, I'm just going to turn the oven off and let them sit in there longer. Now I've taken the crackers out of the oven, and as you'll recall, I baked them for half an hour, then I turned the oven off, and it's been another half hour, so I'm going to check on whether they're ready. And the middle ones aren't done. That's pretty common, especially if you use an egg, because that prolongs the cooking time. So I'm going to reheat the oven up to 250 and then turn it off and let them sit in there some more. Let's see if the crackers are ready yet. Since the crackers in the middle are least likely to be done, I'll just start by testing a middle cracker to see if it's ready. Oh, it just crisply snapped, no bending, no softness, so clearly the whole batch is ready. And now for the reward. Good as always,